I feel like I'm seeing people from multiple countries talking about how their rent is cooked right now, and it's actually in a crazy position where even if you work hard all week, after bills, food, and even rent itself, you're barely left with any money. And that's honestly so depressing how it's like that. But at the same time, it's actually also super hard to get a home right now, like buy a home. You're competing with heaps of people, and because property prices are so high, your minimal deposit is actually kind of big. It just feels like the entry to own a home now is crazy, and I just feel like people who rent right now feel like they're in a trap. And yeah, it probably sucks if you own a home too. I mean, the interest rates have gone up, yeah, but that does not justify some of the rent increases I'm seeing. And I'm not just pulling this out my ass. I've had personal experience with this. Now, I'm not going to say exactly where, but I lived in one of the 4 major cities back in 2021 and probably lived a good 15-minute commute from the city center, so I was kind of close, but still kind of out. I had a 1-bedroom apartment. It was a pretty good spot, average balcony, pretty average view, but still nice. And that was $320 a week, which was absolutely reasonable and manageable. But then literally 1 year later, after the lease was up, they bumped it up to $600 a week. I'm not even kidding. That's almost an 100% increase. The price of my rent doubled. And that's what I'm saying, interest rates did not double. And me paying an extra almost $300 a week is absolutely crazy. And this wasn't some luxury penthouse like I was saying. It was a classic apartment, broken appliances, normal everything. But they literally could just do that. And there was no law in place that would stop such a thing. So obviously I had to move, and I found another place nearby for $500 a week. It was pretty similar, not much cheaper obviously, but the market was absolutely fried. And mind you, I'm just talking smallish apartments close to the city but still outside of it. And I know this same issue is happening to houses because I've been paying attention to some certain areas. But anyway, when we got this $500 a week place, the lease was so hard to get. We got knocked back from 15 different places before we finally got approved for this one. So I had to go to multiple open inspections, and there was so many people there, man. It's crazy. And I hate competition. I really hate competition. So this I absolutely hated. And just the idea of that is crazy, that 30 people would show up basically auditioning to hand over thousands of dollars just for a shot at being allowed to live somewhere. And we only signed a 6-month lease because we really thought we could live somewhere better. But the law is that they can increase your rent after 6 months. So you bet that after that 6 months, they jacked it up another 100. This is not about mortgage rates anymore. This is straight up greed. And it's seeing that people really have no choice but to pay whatever you're asking. And it's if one house or apartment in the neighborhood jacks up their price, of course the other ones are going to do that to reflect it. And again, man, it goes back to that feeling of feeling trapped as a renter, especially if you're single, man. You can't really save up for a deposit for a house because so much money of it now is going to rent, the increased rent, and the increased insane grocery prices right now. And even then, properties now cost so much more, and you literally have to buy a fixer-upper house for $600K, or townhouses or apartments. And obviously the places in Sydney or something like that, those old houses might be expensive because of the land, but this is happening all around Australia and all around the world. Everything property price wise has just gone up. Again, which is fair game, and I understand game, but for them to just trickle down to people who are just trying to live and just pay rent, that's crazy. And even if you do manage to get the amount you need for a deposit, you're going to be fighting against heaps of people. Buyers are desperate, renters are desperate, and the prices just keep going crazy because the system keeps rewarding it. And not all people, but most people that the system is rewarding at this point is baby boomers, the generation who already owns their home outright and will still buy more. They're buying up investment properties like crazy. And at this point, it's not just one. They're onto their second, third, fourth. Those majority of the time are the people that are setting these rental prices. These are the people that can afford to leave properties empty if they want to. They're not desperate for the money. If life is essentially like a video game, man, just think of the older generation of people who have had the time to grind the game. They're literally prestige master right now. They've got every unlock because they've spent so much time in the game. Whereas newer people, younger people, they're only prestige 1 and they only have a few unlocks to help them. But you're competing against these prestige masters. I know that's kind of crazy me comparing it to COD, but that's how it feels. And on top of that, man, international investors are buying everything close to the city pretty much. Apartments would get offers way above their asking price. And it seems on every street there's a new apartment popping up. And the rules on this are really weak, and there's so much profit into just buying into Australian property right now and even holding it. Like I said with the baby boomers, they've got nothing to lose. They're not desperate. They can sit on a property for ages if they want to. This housing market or this rental market has really turned into a business, and it really sucks because it's just real people living at the end of the day. It's no longer about just having homes for people to live in. It's about how much money you can squeeze out of them. And it sucks because with the rental crisis, people will pay for the homes because you need somewhere to live. It's so bad out there. And governments are super scared to regulate it feels because it's way too hard. And so many politicians themselves own investment properties. It feels like a big big revolving door of everyone getting paid, except the people actually trying to live. And don't get me started on real estate agents, man. If you're a real estate agent, I'm sorry, and I'm assuming you're a real one if you're listening to this or watching this. But man, it just feels like you guys are in the middle, only trying to squeeze even more money and just disrespecting renters and future buyers. I know some of you aren't Australian, but we have this show. I can't even remember what show it is, but it's by this guy called Chris Lilly, and how he sums up real estate agents is super funny.
Dude, get my phone and do a boomerang. Just do a boomerang on me, just get into this music.
Oh, you got a face.
Just get a boomerang, just right candidly get it.
You with that one?
It's actually sick.
But yeah, man, I could go on this forever because it really has affected me, and I'm just seeing such greed that gets to a really gross point. Like, again, there's no problem with owning a home and renting it out. Like, renters need that, but it gets to a point where the greed for money just outweighs everything and just really shines through. Like, the evil really shines through in that case, and I'm just seeing more of it. Like, houses are a business at the end of the day, and the business owners are squeezing the customers. Right now, it's brutal. Anyway, I'm done ranting, man. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. Subscribe if you want more content like this, or just chill talks over some old COD gameplay or skate gameplay. As always, all my links are in the description. That being my clothing brand, and yeah, man, my Instagram for that, my personal Instagram, my streaming platforms, my Twitter, all that. Comment what you think, because I always love seeing what you guys say and where you're from, because it's so interesting that everywhere around the world is feeling this right now. But yeah, man, that's it for me. It's been Once Faded. Peace.